Welcome back to you, baby doll, baby cakes. We have another lottery ticket video today, and it's going to be the HEX Orange Address, otherwise known as the Tang Gang. The ticker is HOA. It is a meme coin subculture on PulseChain. They actually branch out and recruit outside of PulseChain, which is fantastic. Something called Chia and something called Chronos Chain. I actually had Crow friends in the last bull market. It was one of my prophecies. It never went as high as I thought it would, but I remember Crow, right? So just to let you know, we're looking at lottery tickets, and I got to tell you, for the 500 million times lottery ticket, where Lucky Crypto works, everything goes to zero. Things that work still go to zero. All right, you can wake up tomorrow, someone just has mental instability, they click sell, okay? So please, you have to be careful. We have had 2 years to accumulate core altcoin bags. 2 years. Remember, I'm thinking of the future, and I'm always just a bit ahead of everybody else. So I'm thinking of, okay, in the next 3 months, like basically everything's going to be off the floor. Most of the stuff that you want is off the floor. In terms of core altcoins, you have to be thinking about these lower meme coins and these altcoins. And that's what everybody knew is going to come and participate in. Now, when it comes to something like HOA, okay, I've made other lottery ticket videos as well. This would go in your PulseChain subsection, all right, in your portfolio. And best preference, by the way, is to spend your fiat, which is bank account money. That's your number one preference. If you have Bitcoin, you deploy your Bitcoin, you rotate that. If you have Ethereum, you rotate that. So we're going in order. And then absolutely, I don't want you to do this, but if absolutely you have absolutely nothing left, and let's say you had like 100 million Pulse, PLS, you could shave 10 million Pulse off and go, okay, that's 20 lottery tickets. Right? Or 10, you go 1 million Pulse each, and that's it. As we go further into the bull market though, you're on your own, because the upside's not like 10x's on Pulse anymore, or the ratios. It's like 2x's and 3x's, and you're playing with momentum. And in that game, you're basically leverage trading at that point, okay? So HOA, the Tang Gang, remember, this is the chart here. Now, it's very, very, very small in size. So if you see this video later on and it's gone up, look, I've drawn a rectangle box here for you to let you know, okay? You see this rectangle box? The Pulse price above here is like 300. So right now, at the time of this video is like 120-ish. If you have to pay above 300, you just got to chill out, okay? Just got to chill out. I'm not saying it's like going to stop there. I'm just saying you need to put a point where you go, hey, it's outside of a cheap box for now. Right? And these things, by the way, they're so small, these things can rocket out of nowhere as well. So why is the Tang Gang worthy of a lottery ticket? Well, so remember, we're looking for leverage on PulseChain recovery. All right, so I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, the market's taken 7 pounds of flesh from us. PLS is down. Well, now we've got to think, all right, remember Solana? Bonk did a 100x recovery pump as Solana pumped. Solana did a 5x, Bonk did 100x. So Bonk was leverage on it. Okay, it's intelligent leverage. Okay, it's like a rocket moonshot. I might not use the word leverage anymore, but it really, that's actually what it is. Okay, because that's a true word about it. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's a rocket moonshot, but I don't want to just give you the impression that everything always wins. No, it really is leverage. It means if your core coin dies for too long, that community might just bleed out members, and then someone restarts something new with a new meme coin. That's why it really is harsh if these things rotate out. Now, before you buy, if you buy, by the way, not financial advice, I'm not telling you to buy anything. But if you were to buy, just please, and purchasing on PulseChain, use this website, app.piteas.io, P-I-T-E-A-S. It's a DEX aggregator. It's just like 9-inch. It grabs the best liquidity for all of PulseChain. And there's a DEX on PulseChain called 9mm, okay, from obviously the size of the willy. We all love and appreciate that name. 9mm, it's a Uniswap V3 fork. So they can basically just toggle the ratio with different prices in terms of liquidity providing in certain areas, and you'll just get more of a wider scope and better prices. You won't have to pay giant slippage, okay? So I've got to remind you again, please do not FOMO buy anything when it comes to these. Because at the end of the day, this is just meme coin subculture, okay? So HOA, I've got the website here. You can bridge in from gorealdefi.com. You got the PulseChain bridge. You can bridge it in, then you can swap, okay? So this is the most important part, friends. So before you listen to anybody in crypto, before you listen, you shouldn't listen to anyone but yourself. I'm wearing my Pokemon hat. Okay, you're listening to a dude with a Pokemon hat right now. please, you always go look at the chart first. I know a lot of people have no idea. People don't even look at charts. They just go, oh, you like this coin? Sweet, buy. I couldn't believe it. I was bamboozled when I discovered people were doing this. No. You see this post here? I've done this Twitter post. You're going to go to Dex Screener and find this coin. And here is the chart right now, okay? So here's the thing. You might look at this 6-hour thing on the right-hand side, friends. He goes, oh, it's up 28%. But, man, look at this market cap. So, yeah, this 1 million market cap. These are jokes, friends. These are jokes. If Ethereum is going to go to $1 trillion market cap, which is around $9,200, you're playing for a lot of the world to come and wake up to crypto, okay? But I'm not here for the USD chart. That's what most people are here for. I want to look at the ratio to see if this is cheap or expensive, okay? So remember, 1 million it's freaking tiny, okay? Tiny. Like for an ecosystem of people who are tagging everyone on Twitter, etc., and being and staying around, it's tiny, okay? So sure, it might be fairly valued today, but what we think about is we go, well, if the PulseChain ecosystem right now, PLS, PLSX, and HEX, combined HEX, it's about 2.5 billion market cap. You say, hey, if this goes 10x, and that's 25 billion, then or 1 million market cap of people who are like basically shilling and promoting and onboarding people who love orange juice like me, okay? 1 million is nothing, literally nothing, friends. Like Doge got 80 billion, but of course that's Elon Musk shilling it, okay? So just to open your mind into how big things can grow in these communities. So on this chart, right, I'm going to zoom in. You can see my ratio here is around 300. This is where I'm like, hey, if it pops up, I'm just protecting you. You go, if it pops up, yeah, just don't touch it. Don't touch it, okay? Just you have to wait and see, okay? We can put an indicator. So what you can do as well is you can attach a SuperTrend and like a 21 EMA indicator, right? So I've actually got 9 here. What we can do is just change it to 21, okay? Just so you can have a look at this, but this is a weekly chart. See, it's so new. It's barely moved. If you want, you can put it on a daily chart and you can see it's just flipped green. But here's the thing, man, like there's fake outs everywhere. Look, this flips green and then it flips red. This flips green and then it flips red. So there's always just these waves. Look, this flipped green and then it flipped red. You can see these flips. So when you go to the lower time frames, nothing is guaranteed, but at least you can get an idea of like going with the trend here. So what are we playing for, right? So if HOA, the HEX Orange Address, okay, so HOA, the Tang Gang, the community, right? They're called the Tang Gang. If the Tang Gang gives you 10x on Pulse, you could rotate into Pulse itself. All right, that's a big amount, by the way. And then Pulse might go another 10x from your rotation. So now you have a 100x return. Now, these aren't theoreticals. People actually did this in 2020. A lot of the Ethereum influencers, scum, dumped on us all. Literally dumped. They were in these Ponzi DeFi coins. They were shilling it out to Twitter going, wow, there's a future of finance. They were given insider allocations and they would shill it out. And friends, this was like early DeFi days. So literally everybody bought everything. I wasn't around on Twitter, but I go back, I do my research because no one knew about these grifting and dumping back then. It was literally early DeFi. No one knew how to use Uniswap. No one knew what a liquidity pool was. No one knew what the Uniswap formula was. That's how early it was. And so that's what people did. They would deploy Ethereum was $200. They would deploy 1 ETH into their trash Ponzi. It would go 10x. They're like, oh, sweet, you give me 10 ETH. They take the ETH back, and then the Ponzi would collapse. Now they sit on the 10 ETH, and ETH went from, in DeFi from August 2020, $400 went up to $4,000. So they had 10 ETH at 4,000. You know what that is? That's 40K. They started with $200. That's a 200x. Yes, many people did this. Ethereum insiders did this, okay? But they're contributing to the community. I don't want to call them out, but a lot of them did this, friends. It's how scum it is. So a lot of these people, you can kind of reverse engineer how they made a lot of money because they were not able to predict the gaming, the metaverse, the NFT, or the meme coin narrative in 2021, but they still retired. How did they retire? It's because they bunny hopped in coins in DeFi 2020. They all believed in DeFi and believed in it enough to dump on everybody, retrieve more ETH, and then they just rode it to the very, very top. Okay, so I'm just showing you this bunny hop and ratio stuff. It's lucrative, okay? Now, I'm not saying to do this with Tang Gang at all, okay? Because these things, trust me, we're such slow market caps, and these are real communities. Think about it like this, right? These things have survived minus 99% in HEX collapse. So you're dealing with a different breed of orange trees here, right? These oranges are very, very high in vitamin C, especially when it comes to these other meme coins. But I'm just showing you, like, even in collapsed Ponzi's that were unsustainable, how people were able to basically secure their financial future when it comes to these, all right? So remember, lottery tickets like HOA can be powerful, but you must start early in a bull market like where we are today. If you're skeptical and you're looking at these, yeah, sweet. You know, I know, friends, 1 million market cap's nothing. 10 million's nothing, okay? When you start forcing me to buy meme trash at 100 million market cap, I'm like, oh, that's a high number, because 10x is a billion and retailers don't like that number, okay? But we haven't got there yet. We haven't got there yet, all right? Now, the Tang Gang is a very aggressive community, all right? So if you want, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word. I'm just telling you, you can do this yourself. Go to Twitter, type in $HOA, and just go on Twitter, and you can find all the tweets, all the community members. You see the orange emojis everywhere, orange logos. They put oranges around me, oranges around Richard Hart, oranges around just different people and famous people. A lot of memes, okay? The orange emoji is where, look at this. I just poke this. Now, I don't know if Too Spooky, Mr. Too Spooky, I think he's a friend of the channel, he is. I don't know if he's the actual founder. I think he is from what I've seen. And here he just mentions here, look, just an FYI to the PulseChain ecosystem. I have already KYC'd, so I've already basically doxed myself and applied for listing HOA on crypto.com as the founder of a token. Not sure how the whole process works, but I'm more than happy to do what I need to get us on the crypto.com application. No founder allocation, no pre-sale, no tricks to the code, no inflation, just a pure community-owned and backed meme coin. I like that. I like that. This happens all the time, friends, in other meme coins on Ethereum, but I'm not an insider. So if you're watching this, we're insiders, friends. How do we know? Okay, like we understand the PulseChain ecosystem. You know how we know we're insiders? We know, okay, there are 68 HEX streamers and PulseChain and PulseX streamers, 68. There's 140 plus content creators. We know there's 13,000 daily active users. This data is all hard to grab. We've all grabbed the data. So you know this information. This is actually your competitive edge. Yes, so you actually do have an information advantage compared to everybody else. So you know this ecosystem ain't going around. So the Tang Gang sitting on this ecosystem, which everyone thinks is like literally a fart in the wind, you know that this is an orange tree that you definitely want to have some orange juice from, okay? 3 ice cubes, please. Now, just a bit about the HOA. HOA is a play on the HEX Orange Address, which is rumored to be controlled by Greg the Duck, who is currently swimming and quacking, quack, quack, up in the mountains. Okay, also for your research, remember the Origin address is the account that owns all the HEX coins that everybody says will dump but has never dumped. Okay, so it's probably just hidden out there, and it inflates the market cap, but also acts as an emergency protector in case the yield has to be stopped one day. So that's what it's a play on, okay? It doesn't really apply to this coin though, except for law. All right, now here's the thing though. All right, now if you know my classic style of buying depression, you will be very surprised to see its chart. So you're interesting, right? You're like, hey, my friend, tell me, you are buying the classic minus 90% down. Like for example, the Atropa chart, which I've also made a video on. Okay, this is this is hit minus 90%. See this chart gone down. This is Icosa, and by the way, Icosa was like meant to be much higher. Icosa's down like 90% plus. This is Cult Dow as well. Look at this, Cult down, depression. So if you notice, this is what I want, man. Give me literal, absolute dirt cheap. Give me dirt cheap. You guys can scramble for the higher prices later, because this is the non-believer prices. This is what you want. But if you go to HOA, the Tang Gang coin, okay, if you look at it, you'll notice that's weird. There's no 90% collapse, a 90% collapse. Where is it? It's not here. It's doing this higher low thrusting chart. Now, if I wasn't here 18 hours a day, I would have skipped this. I just could have skipped it. I'm like, you know what? It's not down, because when you're looking at it, I'm like, man, I want down here. But here's the thing, man. I've seen this before. Have you seen the schizophrenic hedgehogs, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu, the real ticker Bitcoin guys? Now, this is just some of their material, friends. Like you might see some like absolute abomination things that you don't want to see, like just things that might be like very, like, very, very, very risky for the internet. These types of people, these types of like weird stuff. They actually dress up, friends, with, oh my God, is this one of the videos I was looking for? Yeah. They actually put these like real weird things, friends. And these guys are next level memers. Like literally, there's a video of one of them. He's on a lawnmower. He's got a pair of women's breasts as like one of the film props. He's painted himself blue like a hedgehog. And he's riding around the lawnmower and he's smoking illicit substances. Okay? Not joking. So this is the type of stuff. I think it's actually the founder. So, and these memes like shot off. Okay, so obviously that caught my attention. I was like, man, what was that chart doing? I went back and looked at the chart, friends. I found them pretty early. I just didn't want to pay up. I made a mistake here. Look at this. Okay, you see up here, this was their chart. Look at the top. See this top here? This was the Harry Potter Obama chart. You see these higher lows? I'm tracking it now. Higher low, higher low. It just won't come down. It just won't come down. You know, I was always looking at it. I'm like, man, if you drop minus 90%, I'm going to get you. But it never did. So now, on my picture I have here for you, look at the bottom. This is the Tangang chart. Look at this. See this? It's doing the same thing, friends. Higher lows, higher lows. It's doing that same thing. It's just like, you know what? That's it. We're just not selling. There's no one. If you want to know what the psychology is, it is we are so diamond hands, we ain't selling. None of us. And we really mean it. Okay. Now, whether you believe it or not, whether it sustains, whether like it's not guaranteed. Yes, Bitcoin can have 3 red monthly candles. Everybody gets out. But so far, that's why everything's risky. You know, that's why everything's risky, friends. But that's the psychology of what's going on there. And there's no weak hands at all. It's literally everybody 100% commit. That's how you get that chart. You can't get that chart in many things, man. Like it's very, very rare to get that. And I don't even like participating in them. You know why? It's because most of the times you'll see that chart in a good utility, mid-curve, nerdy type of project for like a layer 2 Ethereum Arbitrum optimism. It goes up. The problem is the upside. So you're buying these momentum triangle thing going up, and then most of the time you're getting like a 2 or 3.5x, and you're playing a momentum break, and you got to do a trade, and yeah. So it's not my cup of tea. But when I see like less than a $5 million market cap on an ecosystem where the prices are ravaged, I'm thinking, well, oh my gosh, if you guys think this is how I'm thinking, right? If your chart is doing this, okay, and Hex is down 99%. And Alex hasn't released the Hedron Icosa update. And Richard Hart is still like kind of missing. And PulseChain is still 50% below day 1 second. PulseX is down minus 84%. If you're doing that chart then, what are you going to do if PulseChain does like a 20x? Wow. That's how you got to speculate on these things. So that's why I have more information here and just research, okay? Now, of course, at the end of the day, the chart doesn't really matter. Why? You are playing for the community to keep growing as PulseChain recovers. And I want to play some gentle angel music just so you know what we're all about, friends. Because yes, chart, fundamentals, all of these, yeah, we know what we're here for, okay? We need Bitcoin to have a green 12-month candle, green for the year, and we need PulseChain to go up. So you need like that. That's basically like a lottery, you know, like a feature on a slot machine, and it's all the payout. That's basically how everybody wins with these. But if you do some research, you get some lottery tickets here, it might be at your advantage. Okay, so HOA is leverage on PulseChain and Hex recovery, which means due to the lower liquidity and market cap, it could give a much higher upside. So I mean, I'm just guessing, right? I don't know if PulseChain does 10x, maybe that does 10x on that. Maybe it does 100x. You know, it goes from 1 million to 100 million market cap. Maybe, I don't know, but those are the types of multipliers you're getting. I mean, Bonk did a 20x on Solana's move. So to think that, you know, maybe these things could do a 5x on PulseChain's move, you know, 5 to 10x, that's still huge, right? That's why you only need a little bit. That's why lottery tickets, man, lottery tickets, okay? So the Tangang, right, they're bringing in, as I mentioned before, communities want Chia and Kronos chain and also no coiners into PulseChain, which is good. That the bubble is stretching outside. They think a bit differently, friends. They're not, if you talk to them, yeah, they look at charts differently. They listen to weird music. I'm just joking, guys. I've gone easy on them, but they go into different parts of crypto that most of us aren't. Different Discords, you know, different NFT communities, etc. So, you know, once again, HOA, not even 5 million market cap. So if you're bullish on PulseChain ecosystem to do 10x, that 25 billion valuation, you just got to be thinking about that. You go, well, that's how you got to invest, friends. You can't think of today because today the price sucks because today everybody's upset. You know, it's like if you landed in America 300 years ago, you can't think about, oh my gosh, there's nothing here. There's no roads, there's no schools, there's no hospitals, okay? Everybody's driving wooden cars and they haven't been invented yet. You can't be thinking about that. You got to think about, you know, in a generation from now, this would be amazing. Those are the people who win in this game, Okay, and this is coming from me, who I'm like, there's a dark prophecy. They're going to cut off our bull market early. But yes, you never make it being just a sideline bear. Okay, remember George Soros? He's like, hey, when I see a bubble, I look to join it. Crypto, high growth. So remember, lottery tickets can't be just thrown everywhere, but you can see the Tangang community is still committed if you do your own research. So that's it. Remember, Metcalfe's law. Don't forget that. Metcalfe's law, just saying, hey, more people, more value. More people, more price pump. More people, more green. That's it. You see, more people. You think, okay, if you guys are this active when minus 99% is here, how motivated are they going to be if the prices actually start going up? Think about that world. Also, you can go to all of my posts. The Tangang HOA community also reply to all my posts relentlessly, and I'm known to be the best pound for pound drinker of orange juice in the southern and/or/slash northern hemisphere. All right. I want to read for you this very quick message from Too Spooky as well. And it speaks a bit to the meme culture, because the meme culture of PulseChain, it stems from, there's basically been a rift, just so you know, friends. We're going deep within deep within deep, contrarian, culture. So PulseChain did a sacrifice, everybody's down. Other projects did sacrifices, guess what? Because the SPI's down, everybody's down, okay? So there's been like a rebellion from people who are like, it's funny, I don't want to use this term, but it's funny, like Craig Wright, Satoshi's vision. I'm serious, it's funny, okay? There's been a culture split of people. Now it's like Richard Hart's original vision of PulseChain. And what that means is people are launching coins where they go, there's no inflation, there's no weird addresses, it's a finished product. It is what it is, just a freaking meme coin, man. This is what Richard Hart's original talking points were. Unfortunately, you can't build the DEX and the layer 1 chain with these principles because the space is moving so fast and adding features, okay? So Richard's had to kind of pivot like that. But these people have kept that original one. So that's why in Mr. Too Spooky's messages, he's speaking about, look, people continuously say, I'm a scammer and I'm going to get people wrecked, despite never running a shitty sacrifice phase. I never asked for money, right? I've been an active and public face supporting Hex on social media since 2020. All right, now, so you can go for these, right? Look at this. I did, however, get wrecked on the Hex wallet made for Hexicans by Hexicans. So you can see, friends, I hate to use it. It really is. It's Richard Hart's vision, right? But don't forget, right? I always make a joke. There's, in the Ethereum community, what's coming next in their third cycle curse, which I'm telling you, friends, they don't even know this. I can see this coming out. There's going to be Vitalik's vision. Yeah. There's going to be people, because Vitalik, friends, to pivot, to number go up, he's going to have to break some more principles. And people are going to go like, wait a minute, this wasn't Vitalik from like 6 years ago. That's just the game, man. That's what the game. This is the Bitcoin world, friends. Now, that's why Bitcoin is sucking off the corrupt SEC, because they need more fiat coming in. It's a greater full Ponzi. We all lose if the growth stops. The goal is to keep onboarding the world like a healthy immune boost drink all around your body, right? You could say like a mind virus, but I don't like using the word virus. So Mr. Too Spooky is getting, and look at this. My orange coin started with pocket change, not millions of dollars of your exit liquidity. So he's taken it. It's Richard Hart's original vision. He goes, I'm going to make a coin and it's my money is better than your money. And look, it's funny. Remember, I'm literally a guy on the internet wearing a Pokemon bucket hat, friends. Now, this is the funniest thing at all. This made me cackle with laughter. All right, this picture, because I love this soy jack meme. I always use it to people whenever they try to throw shade on me. I'll always just copy paste whatever they're saying. I'll go do it on them. It's the funniest thing ever. But did you know HEX Orange Address, the HOA, started with $6 of liquidity. Look at this. And it's the soy jacks going like, whoa, with a market cap of $14. Yes, that's how it started. So you see this story and this law, and we're having fun and there's memes. It offers a bit of tang, if you will, no pun intended, right? It's different to the other memes, okay? Remember, with Poor Pleb, it's all penis jokes, okay? And Poor Pleb is very, very low as well. So we're probably gonna have to revisit that as well. I haven't sold my Poor Pleb, still got a Poor Pleb. And last time I checked, it was like the Poor Pleb pulse ratio is like really, really low. So at least this is our competitive edge. We're seeing these communities literally pop up like mushrooms. and they're not going away. And you got to remember, yes, they are just lottery tickets. They are. But just think of the possibilities, how high the things go, more people come in, more people join these communities. That's what you're playing for. We're playing for a Bitcoin halvening that's green, or if this Bitcoin halvening is red, then the next 2 years are bullish. Literally, sell your house and go all in crypto in 12 months. If we get a red year, friends, sell your kids. Sell your kids. They're not even born yet, okay? Sell all 3 of your lungs and your kidneys and go all in. That's what we're playing for. This leverage, right, which is kind of intelligent leverage, that's what we're here for. These are lottery tickets. If they go to zero, it is what it is. And this is what my job is here to do it for you. Like doing these investigations and just saying like, hey, you guys are pretty sticky, okay? Now, here's the thing. I don't put a formula for how these guys should succeed because I don't want scammers to start doing my formula and trick all of us, all right? But these people seem to be doing something right, okay? So that's why I think they deserve some lottery tickets, and the upside could be huge. Remember what you're betting on, okay? Close our eyes and just see how the next 12 to 24 months play out. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget, I'm still wearing a Pokemon bucket hat. Catch you soon.